Hi guys, my name is Marissa and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you some ideas of activities you can do with your children if you're doing virtual learning, homeschooling, or any sort of distance learning for this school year. My kids are all having to do virtual learning because going to school in my state is not currently an option. I think we're all just trying to find ways to keep the kids entertained and doing things that are educational. And by no means suggesting that you should purchase all of these items, but I thought that it would be nice to give some ideas of things that you could do with your children if you're looking for ways for them to self-entertain or activities you can do with them. We're going to start with this activity. Most of these came off of Amazon, and if I can find links, I will put them in the description box down below. So this particular activity comes with this board, all of these different size and colored rubber bands, and then a bunch of these cards that have a picture on the back showing the child how to organize the rubber bands to create the image on the front. This activity is something that my first grader is really enjoying, and my preschooler likes to put the rubber bands on the board, but he hasn't completely figured out how to create the image yet. Next, we have magnetic tiles. I've talked about these multiple times. These are a lot more affordable than some of the other magnetic tiles, and my kids like to build, they come with this base, they like to build cars with it, and towers. This has been a big hit in my house. This helps kids work with hand-eye coordination. They're also working on shapes. So they will build these different images using all of these different wooden cubes. This activity has all of these different images on this board with these pegs. So they'll use these pegs to create the image on the card. These are something that I had as a child, just blocks for them to work on letters. We can spell out words with it, or they can just build structures or towers using the blocks. Next, I have this game, which comes with this scale, these different cards. It also comes with these numbers. So what you'll do, the child will put a number on one side of the scale and then the appropriate number of frogs on the opposite side of the scale, and that's how the scale will balance. So if you have a 10 on this side, you'll need to put 10 frogs over here, and then the scale will be balanced. They can also put multiple numbers on, so they could put a 3 and a 2, and then they would have to put 5 frogs over here for it to balance. So it's great for preschoolers and elementary school students. This is another one that both of my children really like. My first grader and my preschooler love these little blocks, and then it comes with these cards, so they'll recreate the different images using the blocks. This game comes with all of these different letter cards, so they'll use these cards, and then it comes with all of these pieces, and they'll have to create the letter using all of these different little plastic pieces, and they attach together to form different letters. This is just a bunch of key rings and keys. My kids love this game. They love to just put these different keys on this key ring. They create different patterns, and I'm amazed at how long this activity can keep my preschooler occupied. Next, we have these alphabet cookies. These are all lowercase, which I think is nice. A lot of things, I've said before, a lot of activities come in uppercase letters, so I really like that this is all lowercase letters. They can practice spelling things. They can just work on spelling their name. These are just a great activity. This is perfect for my first grader. So it has an image and then it has a bunch of these different alphabet letter tabs, and the child will attach the appropriate letters to spell out the word. And they're all really simple. A lot of them are 3-letter words. So this is great when they're learning how to read and write and spell. It's also nice because these tabs are a little bit hard to get on, so it's good for hand-eye coordination for kids that are younger, even if they don't know how to spell out the word. These locks are probably my preschooler's favorite item. So it comes with the uppercase lock, and then the lowercase is on the key. So they'd have to find the lowercase letter A to unlock the lock. He loves this. And it's great for him to practice working on the correlation between upper and lowercase letters. I think I skipped this one. This is just working on patterns. So it comes with all of these cheeseburger pieces and then these cards showing them what order to put the items in. These are just letter robots. So they form these little robots, but they start out as a letter of the alphabet. This is another one that both the kids really enjoy playing with. Here is the same concept as the spelling game, but it's math. So they can work on addition. I've also had my first grader, I've told him to do the addition problem and then to take one of the numbers away and work on subtraction as well. This is just a game for teaching kids how to tell time. This is called, I think this is called sight word Swat. So all of these different words come on different colored cards, and they're different levels of difficulty depending on the color. So you would put out, for example, all of the blue words, and then an adult would call out a word, and the child would use this little fly swatter to swat the word. This is the same concept, it's just different animals. So it comes with half of the animal is uppercase, half the animal is lowercase, and the child has to pair them together. They come with crocodiles and also with dinosaurs. Same concept of learning upper case letters. So there's the image on one side, and then the child has to find the image on the other side to attach the egg back together. This is a game teaching kids all about money. So it comes with all of these different cards, and then little coins that look like US currency. This game is another one that both of the age groups love doing. So it comes with these images and then this board with all of these different colored screws and this little screwdriver. So the kid will use it to screw in the different screws into the board to create whatever the image is. This is another one that my preschooler absolutely loves. So it comes with these pots that have different shapes on them, and then these colored bears. I don't know if you can see that, but the bear has a shape on its belly, and then they can either sort them by shape or they can sort them by color. And this keeps him entertained for a really long time. He absolutely loves this. It also comes with these different dies you could roll. You need to find 5 triangle bears. So it also came with these little tongs so they can work on picking them up. Over here, I'm just showing some examples of things that are just more standard activities that you would lay out for your kids. These are all Melissa and Doug puzzles, I really like the Melissa and Doug puzzles. They're high quality. They've lasted through multiple children, and most of them are educational. So this one teaches them about telling time, shapes, construction vehicles, numbers, and letters. This is another game that was ordered off of Amazon. This pairs with a tablet and teaches kids learn to read games. So I like it because all of the vowels are a different color. So you've got all your vowels are yellow. You touch it with a tablet and then the word will show up on the screen with a picture. So this is perfect for kids that are learning how to read, learning how to write, learning how to spell. Math cubes, something that my kids like to make patterns with. They like to use it for addition and subtraction problems. So I have sets of flashcards, and a lot of times I'll just put up a math flashcard and then I'll tell them to use these math cubes to come up with the answer. I have shared my classroom. I've done an entire classroom tour video, but we do have this calendar that we do every morning. We'll do calendar time. This is a very high quality calendar and it was not terribly expensive. I will definitely make sure to link this calendar down below. I like it because it has the month, it has the year, it has the date, days of the week, teaching them about the season. And it comes with a ton of different cards for holidays as well. So you can add birthdays, Halloween, Christmas, all. There's little teeth in there for when your child loses a tooth. This is a great piece that we've gotten a lot of use out of. The final items that I'm going to talk about are just a matching game. So this is just these little wooden pieces and the kids can just play a matching game with it. This is great for older kids that are more complicated math problems. I find that a lot of the stuff that you find online is really simple equations. So this is nice because it teaches them about the placement. You know, you have, let's see if I can zoom in here. You have your ones, your tens, your hundreds. So it helps them solve more challenging math equations. These are just some paper squares for craft time. This game is a magnetic sound sorting game. So you'll put a letter, you can put a letter up there and they'll have to think of, so put the picture of the ball and then they'll have to think of everything else that starts with the letter B. And well, you have a cat and then they have to think of everything that starts with the letter C. You have a fish, they have to think of everything that starts with the letter F. And then finally, it's just, these are solid paints. A lot of times painting is one of those things that I think parents kind of dread because it can be really messy, but this particular paint solidifies. So it's kind of like watercolors, but they're much bigger, so they last a lot longer. But then they do dry back to a solid cube, so you don't have to worry about storing them or them making a huge mess with them. And these are some of the items that we are using to keep the kids entertained. I have also shared, I'll link it in a card above, 10 different tips for working parents trying to successfully work from home with their children. One of my tips in that video is to have activity bins like this set up for your children so that they're able to self-entertain. If you have any questions or suggestions of other videos you would like to see, go ahead and comment them down below. I hope that you are all staying happy and healthy. Bye.